Hey Moon Magic family, welcome back to the channel. In today's readings we are asking what is happening for you in March. I have to say I can't believe we are actually in March already, or well, about to be at any rate, very close to being in March already. I'll hold these up in just a moment. The cards are just so lively today. Now we're going to draw 3 cards together as always for these pick a card readings. I will hold them up and show them to you clearly, and we'll also draw some charms and some runes as well. So reading number 1, you have Cosmic Heart, and this is the picture. Reading number 2, you have a new gown. This is what it looks like. This is your picture. And reading number 3, Star Mother Arrakis. Wow, okay. You see that really closely, I hope. Now we're going to draw a charm and a rune as well for each of the readings, just to help with that inner guidance, that inner intuition. If you find that more than one is speaking to you, trust your intuition and listen to both, because sometimes what we find with a pick a card reading, especially a reading that's really looking at the month ahead, what's happening for you in March, you may find that one reading is speaking to you about one area of your life, another about a different area. Runes are really coming out really strongly, and we actually have 2 for reading number 3. Okay, so reading number 1, we have the rune of protection. Reading number 2, we have the rune of movement. Reading number 3, we have the rune of partnership, or the runes. We've got 2 of them. We have the rune of partnership, and we also have the rune of constraint. That's very interesting. Okay, let's have a little look. Now, the charm for reading number 1 is the little bell charm. This always reminds me of the confetti that I used to see on the street in my local church when I was little. Beautiful confetti, and I always loved the little wedding bells. That's what it looks like, but we'll see how that shows up in the reading, in its meaning for you. We then have the charm of Horus's eye. This is your 3rd eye, or the eye of Horus, depending on your orientation with this charm. I'm going to put these up there in that corner, I think. And lastly, for reading number 3, okay, we have the star, the little starfish, in fact. Okay, so those are your cards, your charms and your runes to help to guide you in. Listen to your intuition. I will put the timestamps in the information box below, in the description box. I'll also pin a comment with the timestamps for you, so you can easily click through to any reading that's speaking to you, or any or all of them in whatever order you want. Super Souls, I'll also leave the video running for just a few moments longer in case you need a little bit more time, so you can just sit with this if you need that. Super Souls, I will see you in just a moment in the readings. Reading number 1, welcome. You have the rune Algiz. This is the rune of protection. You have the card of the Cosmic Heart, and you have this confetti of wedding bells. That's what I want to say. Now the Cosmic Heart, wow, it's like something is about to rush. That's really the energy here. Rush into your world that takes you to a whole new level of living, a whole new level of loving, of being connected to something that is more ecstatic, delicious than you could ever have believed. However, at the same time, I want to say that the journey to get there may not be at this precise moment entirely comfortable. Now, we are asking what is happening for you in March. So I'm seeing this phenomenal awakening. That's perhaps the best word. I'm trying to think of the right words, but yeah, maybe awakening, arrival. And the rush is what I'm feeling. The energy in March has some quite intense periods, and I really want to say, reading number one, just at first connection with this card, this rune, these bells of celebration, I want to say surf the waves. They are taking you in the right direction, and the shore that you arrive on is going to be the right one for you. You may not, as you leap onto your surfboard and ride the waves, kind of exactly know what shore you're being taken to, or it may feel like a risk, an opening, an awakening. I'm not going to say any more. I feel like I've said a lot already, but the energy around this reading is absolutely huge. Let's draw an archetype card and some more oracle cards just to begin your reading. May we please ask what is happening for reading number one in March. May we have details, more information. We have two cards for you here. Okay, let's have a look. We have, first of all, Aletheia, the card of Aletheia, and then we have the card of the offering, something being given to you. Wow. Okay, I'm going to put those just here. Now, before we dive into any more cards, I'm going to draw more oracle cards. I'm also going to draw a karmic card and also a card from the Akashic Tarot. Let's do that first, and then we'll draw a karma card as well, just to see what kind of karmic energy is going on around you. You have the card of a fated meeting. Okay, that's a pretty powerful beginning. Let's draw a karma card for you as well and see what we are shown here. Here's your card. May we have a card for reading number one. This is saying, this is the card of Saturn. How interesting, because Saturn is known as Father Time, Father Karma, and Saturn is actually moving from, I believe, from Aquarius actually into Pisces. Now, every time one of these really, really, really big planets moves from one sign to another, there is an opportunity for new beginnings for all of us. The energy, the powerful energy is coming in. So Saturn asks us to, I think, understand both our limitations and also our potential. The two go hand in hand, really. Interesting, here I am saying hand in hand, and we have the offering, something being given to you. Now, this is an interesting card because it speaks of, it's like the language actually of sacred and sacrifice as being sort of coming from the same Latin origin. It's kind of saying something is being given to you, and in order to really grasp it fully, and I'm seeing something coming rushing into your world here, you'll have to let something go as well simultaneously. I found it really interesting. Aletheia, I put the card this way round rather than this way round. I feel like, yeah, something is coming together. Two halves of something coming together, a mirror of something. It's very, very interesting because Aletheia speaks of seeing the truth, knowing the truth. When someone says something to you, you just know it's real. Fated meeting. Gosh, this is again about seeing be realistic, be concerned, seeing something clearly. Something is coming, rushing into your world. Now, if the fated meeting card is incredibly clear, whether this is connecting to a love interest or anybody, whatever kind of relationship this is, this suggests that a meeting will happen, and it's at a preordained time and place that was decided before you ever came into this life. So a preordained meeting, something coming rushing in that is actually going to take you to a whole new level of experience, of celebration, of connectedness to life. We are seeing you leave something. It's not leave something behind, that's wrong language. Giving something up in order to embrace something fully. Let's just hold that in mind, that idea. We're giving something up in order to embrace something fully. Okay, and we'll see what we're shown with other cards. I feel I want to draw some tarot cards for you. I have other oracle cards here too, and we'll draw on them if it feels right. What is happening for reading number 1 in March? What is this about? What is this fated meeting about? May we please have more information for reading number 1? I'm seeing those 2 cards coming through. May we please have more information for reading number 1? I am seeing this card and this one and that one too. Okay, there is our starting point. We have, wow, so we have the King of Pentacles as a starting point. Oh, and we have the Queen of Wands. Goodness me. We have the Tower, so we are seeing really significant change here. Something's coming rushing in that causes you to have to let go of something in order to embrace fully the new. But you're going to love the new. We have the Queen of Cups. We then have the Death card. And we have the 5 of Wands. How very interesting. I'm going to place those here. I'm going to draw from a different pack. Another tarot pack here. May we please ask what this is about for reading number 1, please. What is happening in March for reading number 1? And that's your card there. We may draw more, but let's see what we have right now. So we have the 10 of Cups and we have the Empress. How interesting. The Empress sitting under the Queen of Cups. Well, this new, I can't even limit myself to saying this new opportunity, because it feels so much bigger than that, reading number 1. We've got the Tower and the Death card. This is transformation at its highest, most dynamic. I mean, wow, we've got kings and queens here, and we have the Empress. Now, this fated meeting, this arranged meeting, this pre-planned connection with somebody that was planned long before you ever arrived, prior to your birth. This is what this card says. With the Saturn card sitting beneath it, I feel that you have waited. You've waited and waited for this to open up, to happen, to be given to you, gifted to you, offered to you. It's like the job of a lifetime, the opportunity of a lifetime, the love of a lifetime. I think you've waited. I also think you have undergone a significant number of karmic lessons that had to be sort of done, basically, before you could get to this point. Something is coming rushing in. Now, it's going to be triggered during March by a connection with someone. We're seeing that here. For some of you, it could be a love interest. But if it's not, if it's a financial opportunity, a business partnership, some kind of a deal with someone, some connection with someone who is going to assist you, work with you. however that arrives in your world, it feels like a match made in heaven. I mean, there is an ecstatic joy about this. It really feels as though the moment you meet this person and let's say an offer is made, you'll know that this is life-changing. You will know that this is life-changing. It will really, really speak the truth to you, not at a level of cognitive stuff, the stuff of your mind, but to your heart and your soul. We have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands. However, what I want to say is there's something in this connection that makes you feel as if it is a challenge to accept it, okay? Now, it may just be because it's so significantly life-changing. It's like being offered a job, but you have to relocate, and you think, this is my dream job. I always wanted this, but I'd have to relocate. Or the house you wanted, but it means, I don't know, maybe your children would have to change schools or something. There's something about this fated meeting whereby you're offered something really significant that will rush into your life. I think that it's the strength of the feeling that is, it's this heart and soul. Those are the two things that are coming through here, your heart and your soul. This is not a logical kind of circumstance. So if you're a very logical person and you tend to prefer opportunities to be presented in a way that you can base your logic on the ultimate decision, I think this is one of those circumstances where it's either happening so quickly that your feet don't touch the ground, or, you know, again, some element of success. People coming in at the right time to help you with success. Whatever this is for you, I think it's something you've worked for, okay? You have really put in this Saturn energy. You've put in the time, energy and effort, okay? And when this circumstance opens up, it's something you've wanted, you've dreamed of, you've loved. Yeah, for some of you, maybe it is a love interest. Not for everyone. For some, it's that golden opportunity that you've been working solidly for. You put something into the world and it goes viral, and it's life-changing because you now have to have support. You can't possibly manage the enormity, the size of this. Something is shown to you. Something is given to you. Something opens up for you. But in the process of this offering, you have to leave something behind. Yeah, if you've been working on your own, you will have to get help and work with people, but the right people will come in and support you. Something's changing. Something is opening up for you. Something is rushing into your world in March. It's something you have absolutely worked for. The timing is perfect. The amazing and really interesting thing here is this is something that makes your heart and your soul sing. It's not a logical mind-based thing. It really, really is something that you've had to, I think, potentially overcome quite a significant number of challenges to arrive at this place where you can have this. It's almost like you yourself have gained in your own maturity to a point where you can now have this. You can have this and hold this. The Empress. It's like you can literally you can embody this in some way. I mean, cosmic art is the embodiment of something. I feel it's going to come in very quickly. There's going to be a rush of energy. And you'll know that you need to follow this. You'll just know it. If, however, this arrives, if the wave that comes in, and I'm saying jump on your surfboard, that's sort of the energy here really. Something's rushing in. If you find that wave is sweeping you off your feet, trust that it is showing you the truth of something, and that is what's allowing you to leave something behind, to create a window of opportunity. Reading number one, something is massively going to shift, change, open up. It's not really shift. That's too small a language. This isn't a shift. It's an arrival and an opening up. That's what I need to say. Really, that's the right language. Something is going to arrive in your world, rush into your world. It's like if you can imagine, like a gigantic wave coming in. Now, in the UK here, we actually have an area, it's quite close to where I live. If I go to the nearest area of coast to where I live in Wiltshire, which is not on the edge, we're not on the coast here. But the nearest coast to me, if I go west, is an area it's actually called the Bristol Channel. And it's like if you look at it on the map, it's a funnel like this. It looks like a funnel. And we actually there, I think, have the third highest tide in the world because of the nature, the lay of the land. It's a long, pointy kind of funnel. And because the tides are coming in and the area that is being filled is smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, the tides get bigger and bigger and bigger. And they are the third biggest, strongest tides in the world. And actually, that's the sort of energy. It's like something coming rushing in, a huge, huge wave of something that is leading to something that is utterly delicious, gorgeous, beautiful, ecstatic, wonderful. I mean, the energy of this is something else. Celebration. Please know you are protected on that journey. If you've never ever surfed before and along comes a wave, and let's say metaphorically along comes a wave and there happens to be a surfboard floating around and you leap onto that because it's the nearest thing to grab a hold of, trust you are being protected as you lie on that surfboard and let it bring you into shore. I don't know what this is for each of you. Reading number one, it's a generic reading. But what I can say is that March is a month where something is arriving. And when it arrives, it will be fast. You will know it. You have worked for it. The timing is immaculate. I'm utterly blown away. The energy, the power, I mean, gosh, look at this. Kings, queens, the tower, the death card, the empress. Yes, you may feel like, wow, what do I do with this? But this is something that you have actually really worked for. You've overcome many challenges to get here. You've handled a significant amount of stuff to a point where you are now ready to handle this, and the timing, it's impeccable. I don't feel I want to say any more. I mean, I could draw more cards, but I sort of feel the energy is what it is. The message is clear for you. Reading number one, I actually don't want to say any more, but what I can tell you, whatever this is for you, this is something you have worked for. Karmically, you deserve it. You've undergone almost like a series of tests, layer after layer being peeled back so that you are present, ready and available to now have and hold the success of this, whatever it is for you. And it is something that sings to your heart and your soul. There's no logic involved in this because gosh, I mean, intense is what I want to say. And we certainly know astrologically there's a lot of intense energy in March and really big planets shifting from one sign to another. Pluto will also be shifting through from one to another. Saturn is shifting through from one to another. And it's interesting really because, you know, you have the card of Saturn, the card of death is ruled by Pluto, who's also moving from one sign to another. I sort of feel like you are utterly in tune with the planetary alignments of the month of March, and there is going to be one monumental big opening up for you. And indeed, it may be in more than one area of your life. Could be easily more than one area, because this is so life-changing, the Tower and the Death card. But yes, this is something that you have worked for. I'm saying no more. Reading number one, I'm just going to leave it at that. Do watch out for other readings as I post them. I post pick a card readings on Tuesdays, Fridays, and every single Sunday I post a pick a card reading where we seek guidance from Spirit, a message for you right here, right now, and really the heads up for the coming week. You know, what's the energy like? Is there anything that your spirit team want you to know about in the coming week, so that you're aware and conscious of the flow of energy around you, and you can really then handle whatever arrives as it arrives from a place of conscious awareness. So do watch out for all of those readings. Subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss any. I do post some shorts and all kinds of other stuff, a monthly moon update, which gives you a ton of astrological information, ultimately the incoming energy of the lunar influence as the moon moves around. She moves very quickly around our beautiful planet. You know, she is our satellite, and of course as she passes through and by the other planetary alignments, she enhances and intensifies those energies. So it's a really useful space of learning, I think, to look at the I always think the empowerment of the lunar energy. So do check out that moon update for the moon month that we are now in. I post them every single moon month, and there are cards. I've drawn cards and runes for every single zodiac sign as well, so do check those out too if that's of interest to you. Beautiful Moon Magic family, thank you so much for being here. This is mind-blowing. Keep us posted. Thank you for your likes, shares, comments, and we do keep an eye on your comments because of scammers, and I know sometimes YouTube is appearing to wipe out some of them before we even get to them. So if you comment and it doesn't show up, I can only apologize. I am trying to work out what exactly is going on. We've definitely had a few that people have said, didn't you get my comment? And we haven't, and we've looked behind the scenes and we can't locate any. So my apologies if things are going wrong, but we have raised it with YouTube to look at what might be going on in the background with those things. Super souls, thank you for being here. Reading number one, this is a phenomenally powerful month for you. I am sending you the biggest hug, and I want to say congratulations. God, it might be intense, but whatever is coming is opening your world up and arriving. This is going to take you to a whole new level of living, and it really is mind-blowing. Sending you all the love in the world. Reading number one, tons and tons of love. Reading number two, welcome. You have the Eye of Horus, or the third eye. You have a new gown, and you have the rune of Awaz. This is the rune of movement. This implies the bettering of any situation and something that's gathering momentum. What is really fascinating me already about your reading is that this card has a sort of, this is going to sound a bit odd, but like it has a similar and yet simultaneously completely different energy to the card that we drew for reading number one. Reading number one, if you were drawn to both, I'm seeing why already. Reading number one, there was an opening of some sort. I won't say too much, because if you were drawn to both, you need to discover that in its own right, that reading. But this feels like you are rising into power, rising into your own power, rising up, sort of almost becoming a light for other people, maybe. Let's draw more cards before we say any more. What is happening to reading number two during the month of March? I'm going to draw two of these. So we have the Vessel and we have the Offering. This card came up in reading number one. How interesting. I'm going to draw a card from the Akashic Tarot as well, and also a Karma card, just to see what we are shown. May we have information for reading number 2, please? What is happening in the month of March? May we have information, please, for reading number 2? There's your card. Okay. So we have freedom, 11th house. How interesting. Freedom, associations, your circle of friends, for humanity's sake. Gosh, there's a freedom here. There is. You're going to be liberated from something, I feel. And look at that. This card came out in the upright position. Sorry, not the upright position, the reverse position. That's what I meant to say. My apologies. But let me turn it up so you can see it in its upright position. In its upright position, this card, caught in the ruins, implies that you are tied into something. You're tangled in something that is causing you to feel trapped or stuck. In the reverse position, it basically means you've climbed out of that hole. You're no longer tied by something. You're not stuck. Now, the offering is a card that suggests both being given an opportunity, given something, but also letting something go so that you can embrace something fully. I'm seeing in the vessel here, I'm literally seeing you emerging, you rising up. This is what we're seeing here. Okay, I think in March, we're seeing something shift or change or move forwards in a way that means that you can leave, when I say leave something behind, but something that used to tie you in knots, something that used to tangle you up. Maybe it's a repetitive thinking pattern, maybe it's a limiting belief, maybe it's an actual circumstance or a person. But in the month of March, we are seeing you disentangle yourself from something. You're no longer involved in drama. You're no longer tangled in something. You can wear a new coat of many colours. You don't have to sing other people's song. You don't have to walk to the beat of somebody else's drum. You walk to the beat of your own. This is so interesting, reading number 2. May we please ask for more information? What is happening in the month of March? What is this about for reading number 2? We have the 9 of Cups. We have the card of Strength and the Hermit. May we ask for cards for reading number 2, please? May we have cards for reading number 2. What is this about and what is happening in the month of March, please? May we ask for reading number 2. There's your card. Okay, so the 9 of Cups, I'm seeing like a commitment to something. You know, if you have been tangled in something that's tied you down, a new commitment is made that frees you up. Look at this, we have the Emperor. Yeah, I feel with the card of Strength here, can you see that we have this heart-shaped opening to a cave? Something that has really got you down, been a thorn in your side, been a real problem for you. You find the strength to move beyond it. You release yourself from it. Now we'll get more information here. Yeah, something that used to tangle you up. You're not tangled in it anymore. If you have felt like stuck in a labyrinth of some sort, you see the way through and out the other side. The Emperor, it's like the world is your oyster. You are stepping into your own power. This is really, really clear, reading number 2. You are stepping into a position of power. Now, I feel you're going to be given an opportunity to do this. We have the 2 of Cups and we have the 7 of Cups as well. Now, the 7 of Cups honours choices. And the 2 of Cups, it's kind of like that falling in love card. It's it's that the twos all are a point of something. The Two of Cups is a reconnection with, well, maybe with love, but let's draw more cards as well for a moment. I'm going to draw from another tarot pack. Let's see what we are shown for reading number 2. What is happening in the month of March from reading number 2? Okay, so we have the Hanged Man and we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, how interesting. Reading number 2, it seems to me to be quite clear that in the month of March, you will, I think, choose, and this is very important, you will absolutely choose to cut some kind of cord. I said earlier it could be perhaps a thinking pattern, it could be a limiting belief, it could be a circumstance, a situation, but you release something that has previously held you back. If you have been fearful of being in the limelight, of being seen, you release the fear. You let go. You let go of something here in order to embrace something, an opportunity that's being given to you. And for you guys, this is an opportunity that is about you being able to flourish. It's about you being able to hatch, about you being able to come out of your cave, about you being able to take an ownership of who you are, of your entitlement, of your passion, of your potential. I feel something happens. I'm going to draw more cards for you. I want to know, what is it that happens that sparks something in you that causes you to sort of, with great reverence and humbleness, sort of say, do you know what, I'm not engaging with that anymore. It's like, almost like I'm saying this sort of enough is enough. Or I'm not really going to let that bother me anymore. I'm not going to be tangled with that anymore. And the day you make that choice, wow, yeah, I mean, it's like it gathers momentum. There's a lot of fiery energy here. I almost feel it's a bit like a volcano waiting to burst. You know, like a volcano, you see them smoking. I lived many years ago, I lived in New Zealand, just right at the bottom of Mount Rupehu, and people used to say, the people there would say, as long as the mountain was smoking, that was okay. It's the day it's not smoking that you need to worry, because it means something's about to kind of blow. I'm not suggesting something's going to blow as such here. It doesn't feel quite like that, because there's a lot of dignity around you. The Knight of Swords energy seems to me to be quite humble, but very clear. Humble reverence. I'm not really doing this anymore. There's an honouring, almost an honouring for some of you of the past, whilst sort of saying, do you know that I'm not wearing that coat anymore. Yeah, we're here. I'm not wearing that coat anymore. You know, you can't hang that one on me. I'm not wearing that coat anymore. I'm not walking to the beat of your drum anymore. I'm walking to the beat of my own. I'm not sitting amidst the chaos that you create. I'm walking ahead. I'm doing it my way with humble reverence. There's a real reverence here. Something happens that causes you with such clarity to be able to move beyond something, to make a clear, decisive choice. It's like you're no longer deluded. The Two of Cups, I mean, depending on the reading and its position in a reading, it's a lovely card because it's about falling in love. But actually, this person here is being sacrificed to a sea monster. She's tied to a rock. You know, she's trapped in something. And actually, I think this is Perseus. I could be wrong about this. And please, if in the comments, if you are better at Greek legend than me, please fill us in. But my recognition anyway, this person is being tied to a rock. She's at the mercy of the sea monster. And I think this person here with the wings was sent to sacrifice her on a mission. And then actually, I think something happens and the arrow tips him, and there's some arrow that he's affected by, and he falls in love with her and he has to rescue her. So there's a freedom, a liberation from a monster, you know, something that has been tangling you, something that has been holding you back, something that's been giving you constant inner turmoil. Suddenly you find your way out of the labyrinth. Suddenly you step up into your own power. You're released from something that has tangled you, held you back, tied you in knots. Could be your family, friends, whatever, but you know, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter, but you acquire freedom from it. And the moment you make that choice, it's like it gathers momentum. That's when the volcano goes, and it's not an eruption, it's more a freedom, a breaking open. That's what I'm seeing here. So it's not a destructive volcano. It's as if it can break open and create the new. Something that had to change is now about to break open and change. It's pretty significant because it allows you to emerge. I am going to draw some more cards. I'm very curious to know what's going on around you. We may not be given more information, but I'd like to ask for some. May we please ask? May we have some more information for reading 2, please? May we have some indication, perhaps, of what these circumstances are about? I can see it's something that has previously tangled you or held you back. May we have more information, please, for reading number 2? That doesn't feel right, that card. May we ask for more information for reading number 2? Okay, I'm seeing this one. May we ask for more information for reading number 2? What is happening in March? What is this about? This liberation, this freedom? Let's see what we are shown in these cards. Okay. Oh, we have the 9 of Wands. And we have the Empress. Now, how interesting. We have the Emperor and the Empress now. 9 of Wands and the Emperor. We have the Empress here. We have the Ace of Wands. Now, this is about new beginnings. It's very significant that I think we have a lot of big astrological stuff happening in the month of March. Some of the really big planets, Saturn and Pluto, I think there are more, but Saturn and Pluto are coming to mind immediately. They are changing signs. And when this happens, there's a massive shift in energy for all of us. This is a point of new beginnings. This is a point of harvest for you. There's nostalgia around you. This is very interesting, the 6 of Cups. But it's the point when, yeah, with the Hanged Man here, this is the point when you see something with absolute clarity. Something is no longer hidden from you. You're no longer delusional. And by delusional, I'm not suggesting any of you are fundamentally delusional. But at the end of the day, we can all have the wool pulled over our eyes. We can pull the wool over our own eyes. We can accept something that isn't really great. We can rub along nicely and put up with something that isn't brilliant, but we don't really want to rock the boat, or, you know, all that kind of what I would call normal everyday stuff that ultimately can build up and up and up to the point where something isn't right. Something that has given you a significant number of challenges. That's really what I want to say. Something that's held you captive, bound you, tied you in knots. It's released. The Empress is an interesting card because as a card of motherhood, the positive energy of motherhood is that we nurture and gestate something to the point where we birth. We hatch out of our egg, as it were. And we embrace a new life, hopefully a life of empowerment, But the negative side of the Empress would be clinging to something. A bit like, you know, not cutting the apron strings when we really need to move into the world and be more independent. We stay in the safe zone. And I'm seeing something is reaching a point where you embrace the new beginning. I'm not saying there isn't some, nostalgic energy around you. That recognition that maybe something you hoped would work out doesn't work out. But at the same time, the liberation, the empowerment, you're like the phoenix rising from the ashes. There's a commitment to a new pathway. If any of you have struggled with any form of addiction, this is the month when you can liberate yourself from that. The world is your oyster suddenly. You're finding a sense of empowerment here. But it's fabulous because you're doing this with such a humble reverence. Yeah, it's a really beautiful reading. There's a very distinct energy around you, reading number 2. Humble reverence, choosing to cut some cords. There's an element of sadness, maybe seeing someone or someone's actions for who they are, and knowing that this is a point of no return, maybe a recognition of where some of those internal patterns of thinking have come from, and just saying, do you know what, they're not mine to carry, it's not my coat to wear, I'm not doing that anymore, and moving beyond it. I'm not seeing any disruption here, which is very, very interesting. I know I said right at the beginning there's sort of a connection with reading number 1, but there's some similarities, and yet they are also completely different. There's actually a real strength, a humility, a humbleness, a reverence, a solidness in your reading. It's like a point of no return where a new beginning opens up for you. But it feels self-made. And that point where you can now have a voice, but you're not doing having a voice through shouting. You simply know you can have a voice, and everybody else gets it too. There's that point of which you step up, you can be seen. Perhaps you were fearful of being seen, you've been targeted by people who were envious. Somehow you release those fears and take an ownership of, it's like the beginning of your fullest potential starts this month. I'm not saying you're going to arrive at a completion, but stuff that's held you back is no longer going to bother you. You literally have the world in your hand. The world is your oyster in some way, shape or form. I kind of feel this is a reading that's really at a soul level, coming from the inside out. That strength from the inside out. You are no longer bound by something. The stuff that used to challenge you is no longer an issue. You're not affected. It's like you release something and you rise. I don't think I'm going to say any more reading number 2. It feels like this incredibly significant month. We know astrologically it's incredibly significant. For those of you who follow astrologers here on YouTube, you will know that this is the case. It's a really, really significant month. And your reading is an absolute reflection of that. But there is a strength and an empowerment that you step into here. You do so quietly, honourably, but also visibly. You know, you're not afraid of being seen anymore. You don't have to be held back. And whilst I acknowledge that within the choices you make, there's some sadness around the fact that maybe for some of you, there's a recognition of where you've come from and why you're making the choices that you're making. But at the same time, this feels like that point of no return where the pathway you are now walking is guided, and it is a whole new world for you, and I feel it's going to gather momentum really quite quickly. You're on a solid foundation, and for the first time, possibly in all of your life, there are certain things you're letting go of, or that you choose not to be connected to anymore, the cords you cut, that mean that once and for all, you actually are now, you're on a solid foundation and you can be you. And that is actually now opening up a whole new world for you. I'm blown away by these readings, I really am. Reading number 2, this is just the most incredibly powerful month for you. Keep us posted in the comments. You may have some sense of what this is about for you, because I think there's been a real tussle going on inside of you around letting something go, choosing to say no to something, choosing to move beyond something, choosing to be very clear, and also trying to do it with reverence rather than feeling like you've got to shout to be heard. It's like you work out how to do this, how to say goodbye to something, how to cut that cord, how to let go of that thinking pattern in a way that is now humble and no longer tangles you in some kind of something that has previously held you back, and you do rise. Wow, a very, very empowering position to be in, with a whole new avenue of new beginnings opening up for you because of this. Reading number 2, I am honoured to be doing your reading. I'm sending you all the love in the world. I post pick a card readings on Tuesdays, Fridays, and also every Sunday I post without fail a reading that we always ask on a Sunday for guidance from spirit, for right here, for right now. What message do you need to hear? And also information about literally giving you the heads up for the coming week, the next 7 days, to help you to navigate the daily occurrences of life from a position of empowerment and awareness. So do check those out. If you subscribe and press the little bell icon, you should know whenever I post anything. And Super Souls, I'm just sending you all the love in the world. You may also, because March is a very powerful month astrologically, you might also be interested in the moon video that I uploaded. I do this every single moon month, starting from the new moon. We look at the entire moon month, because the moon is our satellite, and as she travels around our beautiful planet, as she passes the sort of key strategic, powerful astrological stuff that's going on, she enhances that energy. She collaborates with it effectively. So it's very, very interesting when we look at a moon month. We can look at key dates that maybe have quite pivotal turning points in them, quite key moments when we can really harness the flow of energy to our advantage if stuff is going on, if we have that awareness. It's why I do those moon month videos, so do check those out if you haven't done so. Super Souls, I'm sending you all the love in the world. Yeah, and in that moon month, I've also drawn some cards and runes for every zodiac sign for the coming moon month as well. Yeah, so do check those out if they're of interest to you. Tons and tons and tons of love to you. Reading number 2. Hey, reading number 3, you have Star Mother Arrakis, you have the Starfish, you have the rune of partnership, this is Gibo, and also Nathis, the rune of constraint. Now, I'm very, very curious about this combination, because in many ways it feels as though you're being asked to sort of surrender yourself. The way is being shown. There is a guiding star. You are being protected. I'm not sure who is protecting you. We have the rune of partnership, so that's interesting. And the energy of constraint around you means that maybe something isn't moving forwards as fast as you might like. Let's put this card up here and your runes, and let's now draw some more cards and see what we are shown for reading number 3. We'll draw some oracle cards first. May we ask what is happening for reading number 3 during the month of March, please? May we ask very, very kindly, thank you, for cards for reading number 3 during the month of March. You have the medallion. How interesting, and the flame. My goodness me, you really are being guided. Look at this. How interesting. Look at you reaching for something. You're reaching for something. I don't want to say you're in darkness, but I feel like you're reaching for something, and maybe with the rune of constraint, maybe during the month of March, it feels as if it's slightly out of reach. But I also feel there's purpose. The rune of Nathis, constraint, it sort of says, you know, when fishermen can't go to sea, they mend their nets. There's something to be attended to. Don't reach too quickly for something. You're being guided. You're being shown the way. The North Star, your North compass point is actually very, very clear. Don't rush to make something happen. Whatever you are manifesting and working on, it may not feel in March as if it is coming together as quickly as you might have liked, but I do feel like it's going to arrive. It's just, I think there's something that you're needing to attend to along the way. Maybe additional details will be shown to you, information brought to you, even a partnership bonded, formed in order to assist you. Let us draw. This is the Akashic Tarot. We'll draw from this pack and also a karma card as well, just to see with some indication what is happening. I'm actually seeing that card right on the top. Do you know, I feel like all three of these are really being shown to us for your reading. None of the others have had these three cards, but we're going to draw them all. That's what's showing right here and right now. And we have houses here, this card, personal power, a major change. How interesting. How very, very interesting. If you have a look, can look at this gold circle here. The 8th house, getting and using power, using other people's resources. This is interesting with the you know, your personal power. I feel you may need to be collaborating in some way. What else are we shown here? So we have up in the air. Okay, right, this is making some sense. Up in the air means that something isn't yet decided. Now the 8 of Scrolls, paths unknown, it's come out in reverse. Let me show you the upright way is showing that there are, I mean, there's basically 3 different pathways being shown in this picture. And a beautiful fox, a wily little fox, very cunning, clever fox here, and a raccoon and a squirrel as well, I think. Okay, but what this is speaking about, this card, is that the pathway that you think you're on, there may be another way, another path to take, one that's less familiar. Now, it's interesting it came up in reverse. We then have will, wisdom, and the mind. This is about empowerment, being able to sort of unite forces from within you, unite the power of your will, your wisdom, and your mind. But it came out in reverse. And of course, what we have in your karma card is a card that is connecting to a major change and to personal empowerment, but also collaboration with others, you know, knowing how to use resources. I think we should draw tarot cards for you, reading number 3, because I feel like for you in March, something may not actually move forwards as quickly as you want, or you may almost feel like you're being, I won't say downsized, but as if in some way something is up in the air. There's a situation or a circumstance around you. You may even feel a little bit as if your energy, thinking about how you use resources, your own energy may actually be slightly diminished. You may actually find that you are more tired than usual, or you may be waiting for something to arrive and it doesn't arrive, or there's something here that's slowing you down, feeling like it's a constraint. And I want to say, don't reach too quickly for something or too fast for something, because it may just be in March that it's better for you to surrender to that sort of lovely trusting knowing that the light is still being held, the compass is being adjusted in some way. There's something else that needs to come in, I feel, in order for you to see the clear pathway forwards. If you try to push and push, I think you might find yourself getting more and more tired And or indeed, I mean, to be fair, whatever choices we make, we can always change course again. But retrospectively, if we've headed off in one direction, sometimes retrospectively we can sort of look back and think, you know, I really wish I'd waited and looked at the different choices first before moving forwards. You know, the path's unknown. There's more than one way to go here. You might find yourself facing indecision. If that is the case during March, I would say ease off. Don't force yourself to make a decision too quickly. Don't play your hand too quickly. If somebody offers you something, take a good look at what you're being offered to make sure you're making the right choice. Don't just snap it up and just say yes. Let's ask for more information, please, for reading number 3. Okay, that's your first card. May we have more information? What is this about, and what is happening during the month of March for reading number 3? That is coming here. I think we'll ask for one more. May we have one more card for reading number 3? No, it is that one. I thought it might be. Okay, let's see what we have. Ace of Pentacles, right. So there's definitely an opportunity being offered to you here. This is what we're seeing, Ace of Pentacles. And I can see there's conflict around it. And the Lovers is a card of choice. You know, what do you do? What decision do you make? This is so fascinating. Okay, so where shall I place this card? I want to make a bit more room. I'm going to put this here, Personal Power, and move these cards along. So yeah, you're being offered something. There's an opportunity. It could be a new job or a new house move or whatever it is for you. There's something around for you, a choice, an opportunity, something's given to you. It feels much more career orientated, career, health, family, home orientated than partnership. Which is interesting because we have the rune of partnership. So I would say, you know, a business opportunity, a business partnership, a connection. You're quite in conflict about it because I think there's more than one direction you can go in, and you're really, really not sure about what choice to make. And I think one of the energies around you is you're sort of, I think you're a little bit concerned about, I want to say about cutting cords. You know, when it's like burning your bridges. That's the answer that I'm looking for. I think you're a bit concerned, if I take this particular pathway, will I be burning my bridges? Will I ever be able to come back? If I take that option, will it be closing doors and I won't be able to go back and remake those connections? Okay. Now the card of the Devil is telling us this. This is about choices. It's about cutting the cords. And I think when we get the Devil card, it sometimes indicates that we are holding ourselves to something. The medallion also indicates the same. Sometimes we're holding ourselves to some kind of an agreement or some kind of an arrangement that we've made. It may not actually be working for us, but we're holding on to it nevertheless, or we're fearful of accepting something, or we did accept something, or we're fearful of accepting something that will come with a different set of conditions that could hinder our progress in the future. So there's real concern about making the right choice in March for you guys, reading number 3. Now what we are seeing is a very successful outcome. We see the Wheel of Fortune and with 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is a card of celebration. It's a card of celebration, of commitment to something, a commitment to a new pathway, a new relationship. So it could be a business partnership or a relationship to a new organization, whatever that is, a commitment to a new home, a new friendship group, whatever it is for you. What we're seeing for you is a dilemma in March about, and a conflict around what choice to make, because there's more than one road being offered to you, more than one pathway. It's like if you've been applying for jobs and suddenly you haven't been getting any job offers, and this is the energy around us, has been really quite stuck for quite a long time. Part of the power of March is that we're seeing some really big shifts in the astrological energy coming in Saturn, who is Father Time, Father Karma, the energy of the structures in our life, of our working life as well, is moving from one sign to another. Pluto, the planet of rebirth, moving from one sign into another. So these are big changes that will be bringing about shifts in the energy for all of us, irrespective of where they sit on your chart. And I'm seeing this is you being offered more than one opportunity. There'll be more than one choice to take in an area. If you've been applying for jobs, nothing's come through, that's been the energy, it's all been a bit stuck. Suddenly you've still been applying for jobs, and suddenly you get 3 job offers, all on the same day, and you think, well, which way do I go? And it is interesting, there are 3 pathways here. In this card of the Lovers, we three different choices here for this young man with 3 different women. 3 different avenues he could take each one. A major change, personal power, use other people's resources. When it says a life or death issue, I feel this is not, I don't know that you're going to make life or death choices, but I think you're making life choices here. I think this is, do you stay with, that, what's that saying? Better the devil you know? I think for some of you, whatever you are being offered, that might come into it. Better the devil you know. Do you stay with what's familiar, the familiar path, but there are other alternatives? You are going to make a decision, and this will create the major change. I do feel we need to ask more information for you, reading number 3. But what we are seeing is something that has been up in the air. Suddenly, suddenly there's more than one way to go, more than one choice, more than one opportunity. Remember, when fishermen can't go to sea, they mend their nets. Look at the details, cross the T's, dot the I's. Your North Star, your guiding star, should be doing something that you love, okay? Not necessarily better the devil you know. That's what the 8 of Scrolls also says. It says, you could stick to the safe pathway, but if you do, one day you might look back and regret that you didn't actually check out some of the other options. Star Mother Arrakis says, actually, you are guided, you are protected. Surrender yourself to the will of the universe, will, wisdom, and the mind. You might find yourself doing battle within yourself over these choices. What do I do? Should I take this choice? Should I take that one? Is it better the devil you know, or is it actually an alternative route? Let's look at some more cards for you. May we have more information, perhaps some information about these choices, or advice or guidance about how to navigate these choices, please, for reading number 3, because we are seeing those choices showing up for you during the month of March. A situation where there is more than one road, more than one opportunity being offered to you, and a decision to be made. I would also say, reading number 3, I'm just going to say it now while it is here and present, I do have a timeless readings playlist, and on there you will find lots and lots of timeless pick a card readings, such as how will this situation work out? Is this person trustworthy? Is it a yes or a no? What's the next upgrade in my life? And detailed information. So do use those readings as a resource. They are timeless. They are there for exactly these kinds of moments. And I also post readings on a Sunday, always without fail. I post pick a card readings every Tuesday and Friday, but on a Sunday I post a reading very specifically where we ask Spirit for any information, a message that you need to know right here, right now, and can we have the heads up for the next 7 days? Information to help you navigate the coming week. So, do check out those readings. They are all there as a resource for you in an ongoing way. Now, may we have more information for reading number 3 about this choice, this decision. What is going on here? Because it feels like it's a life-changing choice. Yeah, is it better the devil you know, or do you step into the unknown? So, oh, this is very interesting, right? So we have the 9 of Pentacles. Awesome. We then have the 10 of Pentacles. Now this is huge. We then have the Page of Cups. Oh, look at this. These are stunning cards. We then have the 3 of Wands. And we have the card of the Emperor. Okay. Right. I'm just going to place this here. Right. What I need to say to you, reading number 3, it's really very clear. This is a big decision to make. It literally is like, you know, maybe you were putting in a bid for something and suddenly you find that 3 bids have all potentially come through. You've been applying for jobs, suddenly 3 job offers all arrive on the same day. It's got that flavour. One is probably one of your choices, at least one of your choices is familiar to you. It's what I would call the safest option, the safe road, rather than stepping into the new. Now we are being given some clear information here. First of all, there's no question of it here. We've got 2 3s here. We've got the 3 of Wands, the 3 of Cups. You will, by the end of March, absolutely make a choice. Take your time, don't be rushed, don't be pushed, and also don't just be, you know, all that glitters is not gold, is what I want to say as well coming through here. This is a time to contemplate, out of the choices that you have, which is the one that ultimately is going to lead not necessarily to your greatest wealth, but your greatest happiness. You know, sometimes all that glitters is not gold. The demands of, a very, very busy life, maybe what might appear to be a very successful life, can sometimes squash your own life force. So this is about making a choice. Now, for some of you, it could be the devil, you know, but I think predominantly what this reading is really saying is that the outcome needs to be the one that will feel most, the one that will help you to feel most content, bring you the most happiness, keep you in the location that you're happiest in. And it's absolutely your choice to make. Nobody else can make this for you. This is about your future happiness. So take your time and don't be swayed by other people's perspectives. This is one of those times when I really want to say to you, reading number 3, you know how sometimes a reading will sort of say, go talk to your friends, go talk to your besties, see what they all have to say. This is a time when you need to make the decision, and it needs to be made on what is right for you, not what is right for other people, not other people's perspectives, because you could talk to 10 different people and you'll get 10 different answers. The key here is what will ultimately make you happy. Where do you want to live? Who do you want to work with? How are you going to feel at your best? How do you measure success? Because all that's gold doesn't always glitter, or something along those lines. You know what I mean. Take your time. Allow yourself to view all the options. Your guiding star, your north light, your compass, is actually about what is going to make you most happy, what will allow you to continue to have choices available to you, what will allow you to love what you do and enjoy what you do, literally, because you could sort of step up. I feel like you could be given an option that might make you feel actually ultimately very, very powerful, in charge of other people's resources, a very powerful potential opportunity here, but actually it might be quite restricting. You know, the medallion, all that glitters is not gold. It could be quite a tie for you. What's the quality of your life that you want in the future? These are the questions to be asking. And out of the choices you're being given, which of those roads, it's not about the most secure or the safest option or better the devil you know, it is all about your ultimate long-term happiness. Will better the devil you know give you the resources you need to ultimately be happy? If not, then that's probably not the right choice for you. But if it will, it might be. You could be given an opportunity that says step out of your comfort zone into a position of significant leadership. But actually it might take you back into patterns of perhaps working where you're carrying too much responsibility. In which case, cutting the cords to that historical pattern of always accepting positions that offer something but don't really validate you or deliver ultimately a level of happiness you want, that will be the route that's right for you. But this is all, the entire focus, this is all about your long-term happiness. What will help you to feel content? You will make a choice. There's a necessity to make a choice, and I'm seeing a card of celebration here. You'll be raising your glass by the end of March, knowing you've made a decision, but I feel the dilemma is very much about, ultimately, do you go for something that looks good and could bring you great power? On the other hand, will it actually ultimately make you happy? Will staying in a safe place ultimately make you happy, or do you need to step out of your comfort zone and take a more risky pathway? In a way, because this is a general reading, we're being offered different avenues, but ultimately the core message is the same. What will make you happy, and which pathway is leading to your long-term future happiness? Make that choice with confidence and certainty based on that one thing alone, your personal long-term happiness. And that is the answer that we're being given here. Cross the T's, dot the I's. When fishermen can't go to sea, they mend their nets. Evaluate through that lens. Take your time, surrender, allow yourself the time you need to listen to that flame within your heart and follow anything in your choices that keeps that flame alive and offers you a pathway forwards. Because it may not be that the most powerful, prestigious opportunity will bring you happiness. Likewise, it may not be that the safest option, staying with the devil being offered a promotion. Maybe somebody offers you a job and then someone comes back and says, oh, well, in that case, we'll give you a pay rise. We'd like to keep you. And you think, oh, gosh, that's a significant pay rise. Maybe I should stay. Think about your long-term happiness. And as long as you view your decision through that lens, the wheel will turn here. You're going to make a decision anyway. But yeah, what an interesting reading. But there's definitely, I would say for many of you, three possibilities. Three very distinct possibilities in terms of choice. And yeah, the message is unbelievably clear, reading number 3. So Super Souls, as mentioned, I do other readings, pick a card readings on Tuesdays, Fridays and Sunday for weekly guidance. I post shorts in the meantime. When you subscribe and press the little bell icon, you should get notification as soon as I upload any readings. So do keep a check out for those because they may be relevant to you. And thank you so much for being here and checking in on my readings. Thank you to all of you who are already a part of the Moon Magic family here. And if you are interested in the flow of energy, because March is very powerful, it's a really powerful month astrologically, I do a monthly moon update video because the moon is our satellite and she moves around our beautiful planet, and as she moves around she connects with the major incoming energy of the other planets and she collaborates with them. Sometimes she can intensify that energy, sometimes she can settle it down. But it's very interesting when we look at the monthly moon cycle to see where there are spikes of energy, surges of energy, because they often indicate pivotal moments where we can utilize that energy in helping us to make choices and decisions, knowing that we'll be shown what we need to see if we slow down enough to reflect and make ourselves available to meditate, to receive information and guidance. Literally, working with the moon, for me at any rate, has been utterly life-changing. So I do post these monthly moon videos. Do check them out, or do check out the current one if it's of interest to you, because March is a very, very powerful month astrologically indeed. It really, really is. There's some stuff going on that honestly doesn't happen, you know, it happens every, you know, several hundred years in between when we get certain planetary alignments, and March is one of those months. So very, very powerful month indeed in terms of change, and we see a major change here, a life change for you, but I can see the conflict around making that decision and that choice. Reading number 3, I'm sending you all the love in the world. Thank you so, so much. Oh, and I should say, in that moon month, I also draw cards for every zodiac sign for the moon month. So do check those out, because that may also be of help and assistance to you along the way. Tons and tons of love, super souls.